Well, good morning on this nice and cool day. It's about 50 degrees right now, I think. Pretty chilly, actually, compared to what we've been in. I know I keep saying that, but it feels pretty relevant when that's what you've been driving in for the few days before. So the plan for today is to actually head back down the road into Poncha Springs or Salida, Colorado, in order to try once again and fix our dust problem that we've been having. It was horrible last night. Every time I'd move in bed, the dust would get stirred up. You could taste it for about 10-20 minutes. So we're gonna have to go down to town, vacuum everything, vacuum all the seals, everything, all that fun stuff. And I don't know, trying to figure out some way to mitigate that, because it's just not doable with the way it is right now, which is a little unfortunate because I like to keep going, but maybe while we're in town we can grab something to eat or something. It's like 6:20 right now, so it's kind of early. So let's go ahead and roll back down the road and warm up and see if we can't get that fixed. So I got to working on it, and I think I found where it's coming from. It's coming from these air vents right here. I think what's going on is, since my left rear window doesn't go up and down anymore, and when I'm having the windows down, it creates like a negative air pressure, and it sucks in air through there. And just when we're going down the road and it's dusty, that's the only thing I can think of. So I took the panel off, sealed it with duct tape on both sides. Hopefully that fixes it. I'll wipe down everything as much as I'm going to. I mean, if I was going to clean everything, I would have to strip every single thing out of this vehicle, including my bed platform, all my stuff, everything, and detail it for like a couple of hours. Just not looking to do that right now. So hopefully by cleaning this up, and once down here, when I close the door, I'll restuff this to see if that's a section that's coming in from there. Also over here, under this, there was a hole that I've clogged up. Also, all my food supplies, everything has dust in them, not sealed. They're sealed, but they're not sealed tight enough, so everything's got dust on it, everything. So that's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up and go from there. Made it back to where we camped for the night. So I went ahead and aired down our tires as well. It's pretty bumpy and rocky through here, so I aired them down from, I think we had them at like 30, 32, which was kind of a good mix between on-road and a little bit of off-road, tire pressures, but I went ahead and went back down to 25, which made a big difference. So hopefully we will be on some roads like this for a while. That way we can, not have to air back up immediately. So as far as the dust goes, that's really a big pain, but I wiped everything down as much as I could without doing like a full detail. Went through and patched up the holes like I talked about. Went and got something to eat, made sure we were good on fuel. Now we're heading up the road on this, I think it's San Isabella National Forest. So that should be fun to continue up the road. As far as what's next after this, we'll be getting into, I believe it's Sargent's, Colorado. I'm not too sure how far away that is, but for now, we'll just enjoy the road. I have to say, I've been enjoying these roads so far up here in Colorado. We've been on mostly gravel roads for, I guess, yesterday and the day before, but today we're actually up into what I'd consider more like trails than roads, where it's bouncy, there's water crossings, rocks everywhere, plenty of camping spots. So this is actually pretty fun up in here. I figured we would get into something like this once we got into Colorado. Check out what I found. Pretty cool little area. It's not part of the TAT. There was a road off to the side. I was like, let's see where this goes. Let's go explore a bit. I'm filling up over here at Sargent's, Colorado. I have to say, so far, Colorado has been the most expensive for fuel. I guess it's partly from someone told me taxes and location and demand, so that's just something to be aware of, but not a big deal. As far as where we're heading towards next, I believe it's Comanche Creek is where we'll be passing through on our way towards Lake City, Colorado. Been riding for a while on these back roads in the Forest Service, and here's some more good views. Looks like it's raining in the distance, so I think we might get into that here in a little bit. We still have about 30 miles of Forest Service roads until we get to Lake City. Just rolling through Lake City, Colorado. I did stop and got some groceries, just like 4 things, and it was 14 bucks for that. It's very expensive here. I stopped and got something to eat. Barbecue sandwich. Wasn't that great, so I'm not going to mention the place. So I was kind of be a little disappointed in that, but that's part of the game. It's a cool little town. There's a lot of like camping places and like ATVs and people riding up and down the road, and a lot of fishing stuff. It's a very active town. So, but for us, we're gonna head down the road and find somewhere quiet to camp and somewhere where we can actually camp, because everything here would be booked up and probably pretty expensive. So far Colorado has been the most expensive place we've been to. Found the lake of Lake City. It's a pretty cool place up here. I see why a lot of people come here. You got the lake, the mountains, plenty of stuff to do outside, fish, hike, play in the mud, the rocks. Found a better view of the lake. So it looks like we might be getting to do the Alpine Loop, or at least a section of it. We're heading up that way now. As far as the next destination after this, we're going to Silverton. Looks like we got some off-roading to do while we're on our way up there as well. So I'm driving up through the mountains, and I look up to my left, and you see where all these trees are laid over, and it looks like they probably had an avalanche in the wintertime, because it doesn't look like a rock slide or a mud slide, because all the terrain's still there. I don't know if you can tell. But then down below, they have the river, and you can just barely tell where it covered up the river, but now the river has washed a tunnel under all the debris. I thought that was pretty interesting. Just rolled into camp, 11,000 feet up in the air. It's a pretty nice one. We're still on the Alpine Loop as far as I'm aware of. As far as where we'll go tomorrow, we'll still be going into Silverton, but first should be the Cinnamon Pass. It is just up the road from here. I figured we'll go ahead and stop now because I wasn't sure if there'd be anywhere to camp further up the road. But yeah, I really like our spot tonight. Nice and quiet up here. Really quiet. There was some awesome houses that were up through here. Actually, there's one just up there, maybe just barely see it, that sits on top of a rock cliff and looks down through there. Super cool. So I couldn't imagine what it'd take to get one of those built. Anyways, well, I hope you guys enjoyed today. It's been a little more active since we've been into Colorado than the past couple of days, especially since we got out of Oklahoma, where it was just nice and flat and hot. Up here, it's actually pretty chilly. It's probably gonna get down in the 50s again tonight, so that's a bit chilly from what we're compared to being used to. So, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember to like and subscribe. See you then.